Hi
Hi.
and welcome all. I'm Pushkar Shashmi again from Grow Junction, back with my new podcast session. And today we have with us Srinath, who is working as a software engineer in Google and has also worked for Amazon, in a big company, and various different types of roles. So, hi Srinath, how are you?
Hey Pushkar, hi. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm also doing great. Good to see you in Sunday afternoon for this session.
Sure, sure.
Yeah,
hmm
so Srinath, can you please introduce yourself to our audience and viewers?
Yeah, sure. Hi everyone. This is Srinath. I've done my BTech Information Technology at Shastra University, and I completed it by 2018. I picked it because I was passionate about coding. And after that, I got an intern at Amazon. And after that, I was also offered the full-time role. So I worked at Amazon for about 4 years. I was part of the Fire TV team and also Alexa Echo devices team. And then just this month, I got the opportunity to join Google. So it's just been like 2 weeks since I joined Google. That's like my short intro.
All right, that was great. Very nice introduction. So, Srinath, as you told that you were doing your internship in Amazon, then you got the pre-placement offer from Amazon, or you applied again in the Amazon career?
Amazon. It was a campus placement. So Amazon offered me an intern role at first. So there was a 6 months intern period. Like my last semester, I did an internship at Amazon, and they offered the role based on my work. So there wasn't a pre-placement. So after I completed my internship, I got the offer for a full-time role.
All right. That's great. So, in Amazon, like what types of roles have you worked?
What types of roles?
Yeah, like you have worked for as a develop software engineer, then what promotions and how long did you work there in Amazon?
Yeah. So as I said, like the 6 months was an intern period. I worked at Fire TV team. We were working on a new device called Fire TV Recast. So I was part of the cloud team, and after that, I joined the Alexa devices team. So I joined as an SD one, and after I got just 2.5 years, I got promoted to SD2. So it was we worked on the devices, right? So we have worked on many applications that run on the device. So whenever you open an Alexa, like an Echo device, there would need to be set up, right? The Wi-Fi, the you had registered the to an Amazon account. So that was one of the big applications that our team won. And also we worked on software update, OTA, which is called as over the update. So we worked on that process. So as I said, role as such, I worked as a software development engineer one, and then got promoted to software development engineer two.
All right. That's great. That's great. So you have got a great learning of Amazon in working there, right?
Yeah. There's a very great like learning curve at Amazon. You were given many tasks. You will get to work on many applications. There are like many features that are being targeted in India. It was a great it was great working at Amazon actually. It was a great experience. I guess that's the first place I learned about what a software engineer does. So it was a great learning experience.
That's nice. That's really great. You got to work in a very good company, in a great company. So, like, why did you
Yeah,
switch from Amazon to Google? If you are having such a nice job and nice role, so why to switch from Amazon?
that's true. As I mean, I loved working at Amazon. So it was a great team. It was like I had great colleagues, great mentors working there. But I wanted to try out different environments too. So you always need to adapt to the tech industry, and I always tech industry is going. So I don't want to be stuck in the same position and regret later. So I just want to take a risk and try to switch, switch the company, so that I get, Google also has a great environment. They have like great work-life balance, and there are so many innovations happening at Google. I wanted to, try that.
All right. That's great. That's good. So you want to, you know, have a career growth in mind, and you know, you just want to switch from Amazon to Google. So that's great. That's great. You got a good opportunity to grow in working in Google. So how's the work life,
Yeah.
and how do you manage your work life and personal life?
I mean, I just started at Google, so there is just a small onboarding process going on. So I just need, I think I would need more experience at Google to talk about work-life balance. But in general, even working at Amazon as such, so the work-life balance as such, I mean, we might need to prioritize the work-life balance. So I just think that whenever we work we have to be productive. So I seen even me as such, I worked like long hours. I worked till 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock because I didn't feel productive on that day. Even it was very hard during the work from home situations too, because it's very hard to feel productive when you're sitting at home and not being in an office environment. So it was kind of difficult, but then I try to stick up to a schedule. Started waking up early. Started praying, and then have a proper schedule and eat at the proper time and sleep at the proper time. So I think that was very effective. So yeah, I hope to do the same at Google also. Let's see.
That's great. So now you are, you know, capable to manage your work life and personal life. As you work for Amazon, it would be. Were there any challenges you faced in, you know, working for roles or anything that you couldn't understand?
Yeah, I mean, even Amazon, the learning curve is good. So whenever, I mean, I think it should be true for any company, but whenever you join a new company, it would be you might not know anything, right? You might have the skill, but there are processes involving software engineering. There are things like agile development, like stand-ups and scrum. So there are it might take some time to sync with the team. You might need a lot of knowledge transfers to come. So I guess that takes some time, and then after that it would be it's a great experience. After that you might get a chance to own many components. You might be the point of contact for the feature you are working on, and you might also get a chance to mentor other people too. So yeah, that's kind of the experience.
Alright, that's great. Like you got the challenges, but you were, you know, able to overcome it. Like it was not a big challenge that you can't, you know, deviate in the work or one focus in the work, right?
Yeah, I mean, challenges are always there, but I guess we might need to get help. People working at Amazon and people in my team, they were very helpful as such. I used to torture them a lot. I used to ask questions constantly. So it also depends on your team, right? So to say Amazon had great number of innovative people, and also very helpful. So kudos to them.
Alright, that's great. That's great. So, Srinath, as you're working with Amazon and you are now currently working in Google, so you might be having some vision in your life. So, what are you can explain?
Yeah, I mean, I always, as I said, I was passionate about coding. So I always knew that I want to do something on the tech industry. I didn't know what a software engineer was before, but so my goal was always to be in the tech industry, and keep on innovating something, solving a lot of problems faced by many people, and making a huge impact. Like working at Amazon, there are billions of people using the maybe the Alexa device as such. So I always wanted to make a change that is going to impact a lot of people, and innovate as such, give like solutions, and make like efficient solutions, in every millisecond matters, right? So whatever the solution is, I try to make it as efficient as possible. I was also very inspired by people like Steve Jobs. He used to say, "Stay hungry and stay foolish." So that inspired me a lot, and I always had that as the goal, I would say.
Okay, that's great. So, Srinath, have you ever come into that phase that you're not getting appreciated, or you're not getting value in your organization? So, how did you overcome that, or if you might have or have got any type of experience of that?
Um, I mean, not exactly. So the team I worked on was like a very great team, I would say. We used to have like constant one-on-ones with the manager. We used to, play even table tennis every day. So it was a kind of a close team, I would say. And then, like whatever problems I had, I felt like comfortable talking with my manager too. So like that should be true for everyone. Like whatever struggles, or if anyone feels anything about this, they should probably talk to their manager. So I have not faced any such issues, because like as I said, there are a lot of great people working at that, and then they also want to for the developers to for the engineers to have more experience and own many components as such. So that, I guess that's my very simple answer.
All right, that's great. So you might have got very less experience of that, but as
Mhm.
we are having our viewers, and they might be facing those type of problems that they are not getting appreciated or value. So, what would you like to tell them? Like, what motivating thing would you like to tell them? So, how they can work in the organization with that?
I think, yeah, I mean, this might be a common problem throughout, but as I said, like there are a lot of opportunities, I would say. So there is always a place for senior engineers to work on other companies. So like retention is a great problem for an employer too. So the employer as such, they are concentrating on work-life balance, and they are looking to create great cultures in the office. So, I would suggest to talk to the manager, if not explore other opportunities as such, because as I said, right, there are like a lot of opportunities outside, and like everyone is trying to. The tech industry has grown a lot. There are a lot of requirements for software engineers, as such. So. That's my again an answer that should be applicable for many people.
That's great. And very motivating thing you told about the people, those who feel it, not being valued, or not being appreciated in their own organization. So that's a very great thing. Always look for the opportunities. That's nice. So, any experiences you had in your past, that had changed you, as a better person, or you were earlier better person, but some experiences might have come into your life which has came to you as a great learning, and you focus more on that.
Great learning. I guess, yeah. I mean, working at like Amazon itself was great learning as such. There are like a lot of leadership principle that Amazon follows. I would say, like, customer obsession, like focus on the customer. Like every company has such as that, even Google has that. So it's not, you can't say that this isn't your job. Like any problem as such is not beneath you. So there are many things that companies concentrate on. So I would say that like whatever work, whatever opportunity you get, you need to get hold of that, because you might not get the chance once again. That was a great learning. I as an example, I would say, like even my third year holidays, I also interned at a company called Roof and Floor. and I got that intern opportunity because I like participated in an hackathon in IIT Madras, and we as a team won that particular competition. So I got an opportunity to do an internship because of that. So what I'm trying to say is, don't shy away from like competitions, or try to like explore many options. You might not know, like even as I said, Steve Jobs used to quote that you can't connect the dots facing from the front, but you can also always connect the dots from the behind, like whatever happened in the past. So any small change can affect your life very easily. So yeah, that's one of the learnings that I had in my life.
All right, that's really great and very nice of you to share that what experiences that has shaped you in your life. That was really nice. So it was, I think it was Amazon a great platform for you, where you have got a lot of experiences and lot of things have came to you which has changed you as a person, right?
Yeah. Even getting placed at Amazon, also like I got an intern before, right? So that was also a great experience to get placed at Amazon. So I had when like for as a fresher, like you may not have much of work experience, but having an intern before that, having some work experience would help you boost your resume, and help you in getting a placement offer. So yeah, that was a great run. Yeah.
All right, that's really nice. Very great of you. So, Srinath, I would like to ask you that what are the skills required for this type of role as you're working in? So, what people have to do the certifications or what courses they have to do? So, as you're working in the top company, what are these?
Um. So I would say, I mean, just having like a certification is not valuable as such. Like I'm saying, like there are two kinds of learning, right? Like there is a tech-based learning and project-based learning. So tech-based learning is as such, going to websites, going through the theories, going through like certifications and all. And project-based learning is like think of a problem, or try to create a solution, try to implement that particular tech using a project. So I always thought that the project based learning is much effective as such to learn. um, it's true that, I mean, certifications might boost your resume, but you might need to show a lot of projects as such, or experience on like what you learned. Like there are Java certifications everywhere, and then there may be certification based on each language, but they are not of much use if you have not done anything in that particular field. So like I would suggest whatever you want to learn, what so even as a software engineer, with the like interviewers don't even ask for a particular language for you to code on. So like I am proficient in C++, but they don't ask me to code in C++. You are given the freedom to code in any language you want. You can use Java, Python, C++, anything you want. So getting the basic understanding, getting the like the fundamentals right, and getting and then working on like many projects, whatever it is possible for you to work on, is more valuable than just getting certifications.
All right, that's great. So as you told that certification only boost your, resume and everything. But you need to have experience also working in that field because what you learn if you don't know how to apply it, then there is no use on certification, right?
Exactly. And experience comes from like going to a company and working on it, and also like working on simple projects that like you can implement it on your own.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, as you might be aware of the people, as you are yourself an engineer, so engineers do their engineering, and after that they go to MBA also. So, have you ever thought of doing the MBA, or you just thought of working in that department?
Yeah, I mean, there is always there are tech levels, right? Like as I said, software engineer one, two, and after that, people diverge either go into the program manager or manager kind of a position, or they go into a senior position in software engineer itself. So I guess I am still figuring it out. Maybe after a few years, after 4 or 5 years, I would like come to conclusion whether I want to go into the like program manager field, or I want to go into as a senior engineer itself. So yeah, I think yeah, I'm still figuring it out. I have very less experience now, so I'm still figuring out my life.
Mhm. You're still figuring out like you should do MBA or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's good. That's good. So, like, if you have been an engineer, so what were the roles and responsibilities that come with this role as a software engineer? Like, what you have to do? Is it challenging role or what type of role is it?
Yeah, it's a very challenging role. So most of the role is basically solving a lot of problems. It differs on the tech hierarchy, right? So whenever you are a fresher, you join the company, you might be given like simple problems like that are already solved. You might need to implement it. You would have everything figured out before by a senior engineer as such. But as and then you move on the level or have more experience, you will be given very vague problems that you might need to solve it first. You might need to figure out everything. You might need to figure out what the dependencies are. You might need to solve that particular problem. You might need to think of every scenarios, every use case. As such, you might need to design or like create an architecture for the whole for a whole component, like even code something from the scratch. There might not be even any proper architecture already before. So yeah, I guess that's where the learning comes from. There are like some people think that like software engineer as such does only coding, but there are like a lot of things involved, like documentations. Like it's a team process, teamwork, right? So you might need lots of discussion with other team members. You might need to plan, like you might need to think big, a large scale also. So there are these are the like the basic responsibilities that every software engineer has. And the most I guess interesting part would be the problem solving aspect. That's kind of the like roles and responsibilities if you are a software engineer.
Oh, all right. That's very informative and very insightful about you. Sharing about every detail of what comes with this role and what you have to work. That's that's really good. So, as Srinath, you were one time engineering student, okay, and you also might be aware of that there are lot of students doing engineering. So, how did you work on your CV to stand out of the crowd and get shortlisted by companies?
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I already did an intern, right? So that was that like that was a great learning, because that's when I kind of knew what the software engineer is and how there are a lot of tools as such that work. So after you get into a company, you might have like many process. So that's used, and also working on many projects as such. So I try to create solve many problems that I thought of, create like simple solutions. It doesn't need to be very big also. So there are like lot of solutions that there's a lot of problems that need to be solved. Even now I've seen like many candidates solving like problem regarding COVID also, like making the best out of a worst situation. There are I have seen people creating scripts and all for just for the sake of COVID. So yeah, I guess the skill that interviewers look for is for software engineer would be coding, and problem solving. But other than that, you might also to boost your resume, you might also need to do a lot of like projects as such, that would help you like answer many questions from the interviews. I guess that's one of the criteria that stand out a lot. So that would be very useful.
All right, that's really great that you did lot of projects. So you're trying to say that you should do lot of projects, whatever domain you're interested in, do lot of projects in that and add into your CV. It would be great.
Yeah. Software, it can be like for software developer, maybe creating a lot of websites, working on like mobile applications or web applications, like working on databases, storing it for a software developer, and maybe for software engineer, they can also work on like I did a lot of competitive coding, in like CodeChef and Lead Code, so that was like very helpful for the coding part research also.
Right. That's very great, very informative and very insightful that you told about how did you work yourself and you did all the projects that you were getting and you where opportunity you got. So you had added all your CV and that's how you got a good CV. That's really nice. So were there any mentors also involved while preparing for your CV and in your thesis, or you did it on your own?
Um, yeah, I mean, like as such, I used to like maybe talk to some seniors, and like my brother was also like he was in the electrical field, but he was also very like he gave many advices on how to form a resume as such, and what all like steps to do. So the like I didn't have a single mentor as such, but many friends also, many seniors in my at my college, at my school, they were also very helpful as such. So yeah.
That's great. You had people to guide you to how to make a good resume, how to create impact on the company. That is it. That's really great because having the right people at the right time, and it's very important to have right people in your life, right?
Correct. And like many people struggle to get a resume, I mean,
Yeah,
get a mentor as such. But I guess like everything is on the internet right now, so I think just a small Google query should help. But yeah, I mean, like having a personal mentor as such would be very helpful to get a proper resume.
that's true. That's true. Having the right people to guide you and mentor you will lead you in a very good career path. That's very nice. So, Shinyan, I would like to ask you, in your opinion, how can this Grow Junction, help other students and help other people in their growth in the career?
Yeah, I mean, I saw many like Growth Junction as a community provided many workshops as such. Many like there are many basics and pro subscriptions that are helpful for referral. I would say one thing is there are many people like me working as software engineer who would want to go into the program manager field, so workshops on that would be very helpful for like professionals who are working at a company, and also something as you said, right? There would be a lot of like mentorship needed for having a good resume as such, especially for field and software engineering and also others. So if Grow Junction provides this kind of a facility, then that would be great.
Yeah, that's true, and that's really thankful to you that you have a positive mindset about the projection. That it is a very good platform for the students who are creating, who want to create a growth in their career. So projection is a great platform for that. That's really true. As
Yeah,
we come up with a lot of workshops and we organize a lot of workshops in every domain, and it is helpful for the students, right?
that's great. Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's true. So, coming to the last part of the session, I would like to thank you, Srinath, for taking out your busy schedule and giving us the time to talk to you about your journey and your learnings, what you have learned from the industry. That's really nice, and it's so kind of you for giving us this session. Thank you. Any advice you want to give to our audience and viewers or anything else?
Yeah, I mean, like people who are aspiring to be a software engineer one day, I would say get your your fundamentals right, get your basics right, and get your like your hands dirty, work on like as many projects as you can, which would be very like helpful as such. Even people working on other domain, they have great chance to work on so they come into software engineering field to seeing so many candidates who are like in electrical field and electronics field coming into software engineering because they have the passion on it. They have a great passion on coding. So even as interviewers, they would see that if a candidate does like even just average, just meets the bar, but is from a different field, they know that the candidate was like very curious to learn, and like they went out of their own comfort zone and like worked hard to know about coding, right? So there are like great opportunities for anyone. Doesn't need to be even in like in the have a degree in software in computer science actually. So yeah, like make your basics like your fundamentals strong and work on like as many like solve as many problems as possible.
That's really great. Very, very motivating and very nice of you to say about the people. That's really nice. Thank you. A special thanks to you and our audience also for listening to this podcast session. I think by now they have got the insight of how the software engineers work and how's the role. That's really nice to share about this. Thank you. And I would like our audience to
Thank you.
please subscribe to our channel so that we would be coming with this amazing podcast very soon. Thank you, Shivu. Thank you so much for the session.
Thank you, Pushkar. Thank you. Thank you so